Discovery and defiance. The impossible happened on a Tuesday. Dr. Ilara Chen stared at the readouts, her heart pounding. The equations that had consumed her life for the past decade now glowed on her holographic display, finally balanced. She blinked, wondering if exhaustion had finally addled her mind. AI. She called out to the lab's AI. Run simulation Alpha 7 again. Full spectrum analysis. The AI's melodic voice filled the cramped lab. Simulation Alpha 7 initiated. Running full spectrum analysis. Ilara held her breath as the holographic model of space-time warped and twisted before her eyes. A tiny probe, no larger than a soda can, pulsed with energy. Then, in a flash of cerulean light, it vanished. Simulation complete. Araya announced. Probe successfully achieved faster-than-light travel. Arrival at destination. Alpha Centauri. Time elapsed. 4.37 minutes. Ilara collapsed into her chair, tears streaming down her face. She'd done it. Humanity had done it. Faster-than-light travel was no longer the stuff of science fiction. ARIA, contact the UN Space Agency immediately. Priority Alpha. Within hours, Ilara's discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Within days, it dominated global headlines. Within weeks, the first prototype FTL drive was under construction. As humanity celebrated this monumental achievement, they remained blissfully unaware of the storm brewing beyond their solar system. In the grand chambers of the Galactic Conclave, located in the core systems of the Andromeda Galaxy, pandemonium reigned. Representatives from 1,000 alien civilizations argued vociferously, their translator implants struggling to keep up with the cacophony of languages. High Arbiter Zixnera, a towering figure with iridescent scales and 4 arms, raised all of them for silence. The chamber gradually quieted. Order. Zixnera's voice boomed. We must address this situation calmly and rationally. A reptilian being with crimson eyes stood. High Arbiter, there is nothing calm or rational about this. These humans claim to have achieved faster-than-light travel. It's preposterous. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Zixnera's compound eyes narrowed. Ambassador Krell, while I share your skepticism, we cannot dismiss these claims outright. The Watchers have confirmed unusual energy signatures from the human homeworld. Energy signatures mean nothing. Krell hissed. These primitives barely made it to their own moon a few rotations ago. FTL travel is beyond them. It's beyond most of us. Another delegate rose, this one a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix. Perhaps we should send an envoy to investigate. If the humans truly have achieved FTL, it could revolutionize travel across the galaxy. Krell's scales bristled. And if they haven't, we risk exposing ourselves to a species that isn't ready for first contact. The humans are violent, unpredictable. They wage war amongst themselves over the most trivial matters. Imagine the chaos if they brought that violence to the stars. The chamber erupted into arguments once more. Zixnera waited patiently for the furor to die down before speaking. We will put it to a vote. Those in favor of sending an envoy to Earth, raise your appendages. The vote was close, but in the end, the motion passed. A delegation would be sent to Earth to verify the humans' claims, and if true, to initiate first contact. As the conclave adjourned, Krell approached Zixnera. This is a mistake, High Arbiter. Mark my words, no good will come of this. Zixnera regarded the reptilian ambassador coolly. Your objection is noted, Ambassador, but the conclave has spoken. We must abide by its decision. Back on Earth, blissfully unaware of the galactic attention they had attracted, humanity pushed forward with their plans. The first manned FTL flight was scheduled for 6 months from Ilara's breakthrough. Dr. Chen found herself thrust into the spotlight, a role she was ill-prepared for. As she stood before a sea of reporters, camera flashes nearly blinding her, she struggled to find the right words. The AL-1 drive, she began, her voice shaky, represents more than just a technological breakthrough. It's the key that will unlock the universe for humanity. We stand on the brink of a new age of exploration, one that will redefine our place in the cosmos. A reporter shouted from the crowd, "Dr. Chen, how do you respond to critics who say this technology is too dangerous, that we're not ready for it?" Ilara took a deep breath, steeling herself. Progress has always been met with fear. When the first seafaring vessels were built, I'm sure there were those who said we should stay on land. When the Wright brothers took to the sky, there were those who said humans weren't meant to fly. But we did sail the seas, and we did conquer the skies. Now it's time for us to reach for the stars. Her words were met with applause, but not everyone was convinced. Protests sprang up around the world, decrying the reckless pursuit of dangerous technology. Religious leaders warned of divine retribution for playing God. Military strategists fretted over the geopolitical implications of FTL travel. But for every voice of dissent, there were a dozen more filled with hope and excitement. Children looked up at the night sky with new wonder, dreaming of the alien worlds they might one day visit. Artists and writers let their imaginations run wild, crafting visions of humanity's stellar future. As the launch date approached, tension mounted. The crew of the starship Prometheus, Earth's first FTL-capable vessel, underwent rigorous training. Captain Eddie. Preparation and innovation. The countdown to humanity's first manned FTL flight ticked relentlessly onward. In the sprawling complex of the United Earth Space Agency, UESA, in Houston, Captain Aditya Sharma ran his hand over the sleek hull of the Prometheus. "She's beautiful, isn't she?" Dr. Ilara Chen said, joining him in the hangar. Aditya nodded, his eyes never leaving the ship. "That she is. Hard to believe we'll be riding her into history in just a few weeks." Ilara's expression turned serious. "About that, Captain, there's something you should know." She led him to a secure briefing room where General Maria Vasquez, head of UESA, waited for them. The general's face was grim as she activated a holographic display. 18 hours ago, our deep space monitoring stations picked up an anomaly. Vasquez began. The hologram showed a series of blips approaching the solar system. "We believe these are ships, Captain. Alien ships." Aditya's eyes widened. "Alien? Are you certain?" Vasquez nodded. "As certain as we can be. They're using some kind of stealth technology, but our new FTL sensors were able to detect their warp signatures. They'll reach Earth orbit in approximately 72 hours. "My God," Aditya breathed. "Does the public know?" "Not yet," Ilara said. "We're keeping this under wraps to prevent panic. But Captain, this changes everything. The Prometheus mission is no longer just about scientific exploration. It's become our first line of defense." Aditya straightened, his military training kicking in. "What are my orders, General?" Vasquez's voice was steel. "Your mission remains the same. Take the Prometheus out and demonstrate our FTL capabilities. But now you'll also be our envoy to these alien visitors. We don't know if they're hostile, but we need to show them that humanity is not to be trifled with." As Aditya and his crew accelerated their preparations, the rest of the world remained oblivious to the approaching alien fleet. But in secret facilities around the globe, humanity's best and brightest worked feverishly to adapt their fledgling FTL technology for potential combat applications. In a hidden bunker beneath the Gobi Desert, Dr. Yuki Tanaka put the finishing touches on her revolutionary shield system. By manipulating the same principles that allowed FTL travel, she had created a defense that could, theoretically, withstand even the most powerful energy weapons. Initiating test sequence, Yuki announced, her voice echoing in the cavernous test chamber. A prototype generator hummed to life, projecting a shimmering field around a target drone. Yuki held her breath as the facility's most powerful laser cannon fired. The beam struck the shield and dissipated harmlessly. She allowed herself a small smile. "Test successful. informing UESA that the Aegis system is ready for deployment. Meanwhile, in a state-of-the-art lab in Silicon Valley, artificial intelligence expert Dr. Omar Khalil worked alongside his creation, the most advanced AI ever developed. GAIA, run simulation Delta 9, Omar instructed. I want to see how our FTL-enhanced processing capabilities handle multiple incoming threats. The AI's holographic avatar, a swirling vortex of light, pulsed as it spoke. Simulation Delta 9 initiated. Processing. In the blink of an eye, GAIA had run through millions of combat scenarios, devising strategies that no human mind could conceive. Simulation complete, GAIA announced. Optimal defense strategies compiled and ready for implementation. Omar nodded, satisfaction evident on his face. Excellent. Upload the data to the Prometheus. Captain Sharma will need every advantage we can give him. As the hours ticked by, the Prometheus underwent last-minute modifications. Dr. Chen's FTL drive was pushed to its limits, Yuki's Aegis shield was hastily installed, and JAIA's combat algorithms were integrated into the ship's systems. In orbit, a small fleet of Earth's most advanced spacecraft assembled. Though primitive compared to the approaching alien vessels, they represented humanity's determination to stand its ground. Finally, the moment of truth arrived. The alien fleet dropped out of FTL on the edge of the solar system, their massive ships dwarfing anything humanity had ever constructed. In the UESA Control Center, General Vasquez gave the order. Launch the Prometheus. Godspeed, Captain Sharma. The Prometheus roared to life, its revolutionary engines glowing with otherworldly energy. As it accelerated away from Earth, Aditya's voice crackled over the comms. This is Captain Sharma of the Starship Prometheus. On behalf of humanity, we go to meet our galactic neighbors. Whether they come in peace or with hostile intent, we will show them that humanity is ready to claim its place among the stars. The ship's FTL drive engaged, and in a flash of cerulean light, the Prometheus vanished, racing to intercept the alien fleet. Back on the alien flagship, High Arbiter Zixnera watched in disbelief as sensors detected the approaching human vessel. Impossible, Zixnera muttered. They actually did it. Ambassador Krell's eyes narrowed. It appears we've underestimated these humans. Perhaps it's time we showed them the true might of the Galactic Conclave. As the Prometheus hurtled towards its rendezvous with destiny, the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The impossible had been achieved, but the real challenge was just beginning. Would first contact bring a new era of peaceful cooperation, or would the stars become humanity's final battleground? In the crucible of this cosmic encounter, the true metal of the human spirit was about to be tested. Confrontation and courage. The Prometheus streaked through the void, a beacon of human achievement hurtling towards an uncertain encounter. Inside the ship, Captain Aditya Sharma and his crew worked with focused intensity, running last-minute system checks and steeling themselves for what lay ahead. Dropping out of FTL in 3, 2, 1, Lieutenant Sarah Chen, the ship's navigator, called out. The swirling blue tunnel of FTL travel dissolved, revealing a breathtaking sight. Before them loomed the alien armada, a collection of vessels that defied human imagination. Sleek, organic shapes mixed with geometric precision, some ships larger than Earth's largest cities. My God! Aditya breathed, momentarily awestruck. Then, snapping back to attention, he ordered, "Open a channel. All frequencies." Static filled the comm system before clearing. A holographic image flickered to life on the Prometheus bridge, revealing the alien High Arbiter Zixnera. This is Captain Aditya Sharma of the Earth ship Prometheus. Aditya began, his voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. We come in peace and extend greetings from humanity. Zixnera's compound eyes studied Aditya intently. Greetings, Captain Sharma. I am High Arbiter Zixnera of the Galactic Conclave. Your achievement has not gone unnoticed. There was an undercurrent of tension in the alien's voice that put Aditya on edge. We're glad to make your acquaintance, High Arbiter. We hope this can be the beginning of peaceful relations between our peoples." Before Zixnera could respond, another voice cut in. Ambassador Krell's reptilian face appeared beside the High Arbiter's. "Peaceful relations," Krell scoffed. "You naive creatures. Do you have any idea of the chaos you've unleashed? The natural order you've disrupted?" Aditya frowned. "I'm afraid I don't understand. We've simply reached out to the stars, as countless species must have done before us." Zixnera raised a hand, silencing Krell. "What the ambassador means, Captain, is that your rapid advancement is unprecedented. It raises concerns about stability in this sector of the galaxy." "Concerns?" Aditya echoed, a sinking feeling in his gut. "High Arbiter, we assure you, we have no hostile intentions. We seek only to explore, to learn, to conquer." Krell interjected. "That's what your kind always does. We've studied your history, humans. Your wars, your genocides. And now you bring that violence to the stars." The accusation hung in the air, heavy and damning. Aditya felt the weight of humanity's past pressing down on him. But then he remembered why they were here, the spirit of hope and discovery that had driven them to achieve the impossible. "You're right," Aditya said quietly, surprising both the aliens and his own crew. "Humanity has a violent past. We've made terrible mistakes, but we've also learned from them. Our journey to the stars isn't about conquest. It's about redemption." He stood taller, his voice gaining strength. "We come seeking knowledge, friendship, and a chance to be better than we were. Yes, we achieved FTL travel quickly. But that's because when humans are united by a common goal, there's nothing we can't accomplish." Zixnera seemed intrigued, but Krell was unmoved. "Pretty words, human. But words mean nothing. You are a threat, and threats must be eliminated." Suddenly, alarms blared across the Prometheus. "Captain," Lieutenant Chen called out. "Multiple weapons locks. They're powering up their main cannons." Aditya's mind raced. They were outgunned, outmatched in every way. But they had come too far to give up now. "Activate the Aegis shield," he ordered. "GAIA, initiate defense protocols." As the alien fleet opened fire, the Prometheus became a blur of motion. The Aegis shield sparkled to life, deflecting energy beams that could have vaporized continents. GAIA's lightning-fast calculations allowed the ship to dance between barrages that should have been inescapable. On the bridge of the alien flagship, Zixnera watched in astonishment. Impossible. Their defenses, their maneuverability. How are they doing this? Krell snarled in frustration. Increase power to all weapons. Crush them. But the Prometheus held firm. For every attack the aliens launched, GAIA found a counter. For every strategy they employed, Dr. Chen's FTL drive allowed the Prometheus to be one step ahead. As the battle raged, Aditya realized they couldn't keep this up forever. They needed to end this, to find a way to communicate. "Dr. Chen," he called out, "can we use the FTL drive to create a localized field around the alien flagship?" Ilara's eyes widened as she grasped his plan. "Yes, but, Captain, that's incredibly risky. We'd be exposing ourselves." Aditya nodded grimly. "It's a risk we have to take. Do it." In a daring maneuver, the Prometheus shot towards the heart of the alien fleet. Just as Krell was about to give the order for a killing blow, a bubble of FTL energy engulfed both the Prometheus and the alien flagship. Time seemed to slow within the bubble. Aditya's voice rang out, amplified by the FTL field. "Enough. We did not come here to fight. We came to talk, to understand. Please, give us that chance." In the eerie calm of the FTL bubble, Zixnera and Krell found themselves face to face with Aditya and his crew. The raw emotion, the determination in the human's eyes, was impossible to ignore. "You could have used this technology as a weapon," Zixnera said slowly. "Instead, you used it to force a dialogue. Perhaps Perhaps we have misjudged you." Krell began to protest, but Zixnera silenced him with a gesture. "Captain Sharma, I believe it's time we had a real conversation. There is much we need to discuss." As the FTL bubble dissipated and the fleet stood down, a new chapter in galactic history began to unfold. Humanity had faced its first cosmic trial and emerged not through superior firepower, but through courage, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to peace. The impossible had been done. Humanity had proven itself on the galactic stage. And as representatives from Earth and the Galactic Conclave prepared for their first official meeting, the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter, illuminating the path to a future filled with untold possibilities. Alliance and understanding. The aftermath of the Prometheus mission and the subsequent confrontation with the Galactic Conclave ushered in a new era for both humanity and the wider galactic community. As the dust settled, the impossible became reality. Earth was healing, and humanity had earned its place among the stars. In the gleaming halls of the newly constructed Unity Station, a massive space habitat orbiting Earth, Captain Area Chen stood before a diverse assembly of human and alien delegates. The station, a marvel of human ingenuity and alien technology, served as a symbol of the budding alliance between Earth and its cosmic neighbors. "Today," Area began, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's journey, "we gather not as conquerors or the conquered, but as equals. Our mission to save Earth has opened doors we never imagined existed." High Arbiter Zixnera, now a staunch advocate for human-alien cooperation, nodded in agreement. "The humans have shown us that the impossible is merely a challenge yet to be overcome. Their actions have forced us to reconsider many of our long-held beliefs. Not everyone was convinced, however. Ambassador Krell, though no longer openly hostile, remained skeptical. While the humans' achievements are impressive, he conceded grudgingly, we must remain vigilant. Their rapid advancement could still pose unforeseen risks. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stepped forward, her eyes shining with excitement. "That's precisely why this alliance is so crucial," she argued. "By working together, we can ensure that our advancements benefit all species, not just humanity." The next few months saw an unprecedented exchange of knowledge and culture. Human scientists worked alongside alien researchers, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. The Genesis Protocol, combined with alien terraforming techniques, accelerated Earth's recovery beyond all expectations. In return, humanity shared its unique perspectives and innovative approaches to problem-solving. The concept of thinking outside the box, so intrinsic to human nature, fascinated many alien species and led to breakthroughs in fields that had stagnated for millennia. One of the most significant collaborations came in the form of a joint mission to explore the galactic core. The Odyssey, a ship twice the size of the Prometheus and built with a fusion of human and alien technology, prepared for its maiden voyage. Captain Area Chen, naturally, was chosen to lead the mission. As she assembled her crew, she made a point of including both humans and aliens, believing that diversity would be their greatest strength in facing the unknown. On the day of launch, millions watched from Earth and countless alien worlds as the Odyssey lifted off. Its revolutionary drive, an evolution of Dr. Chen's original design, promised to take them further and faster than any ship had gone before. As they approached the galactic core, the crew of the Odyssey made a startling discovery. Hidden among the dense star clusters was an ancient space station, clearly artificial but of unknown origin. It predates any known civilization. Zixta, the Orcs scientist, announced in awe. This could rewrite our understanding of galactic history. As an away team prepared to board the station, tension mounted. Nobody knew what they might find inside, or what consequences their discovery might have for the galaxy at large. Area led the team herself, stepping onto the alien structure with a mix of trepidation and excitement. As they explored its cavernous halls, they found evidence of a civilization far more advanced than anything the Galactic Conclave had ever encountered. In the heart of the station, they made a discovery that would change everything. A vast database, containing knowledge spanning millions of years, activated at their presence. A holographic figure, clearly not of any known species, flickered to life before them. "Greetings, children of the young races," it said, its voice resonating with ancient wisdom. "You have proven yourselves worthy to receive the legacy of the precursors." The revelation sent shockwaves through the galaxy. The precursors, a species long thought to be mere legend, had left behind their knowledge for future civilizations to find. But they had encoded it in such a way that only a collaborative effort of multiple species could unlock its secrets. "Don't you see?" Arya exclaimed to the assembled representatives back on Unity Station. "This is why diversity, cooperation, and pushing boundaries are so important. The precursors knew that only by working together could we hope to advance to their level." The news of the precursor database sparked a renaissance across the galaxy. Species that had long distrusted each other now worked side by side, driven by the tantalizing promise of untold knowledge and advancement. Humanity, with its unique ability to think creatively and challenge established norms, often found itself at the forefront of these efforts. The same traits that had once made other species wary now proved invaluable in deciphering the precursor's legacy. As breakthroughs were made and new technologies developed, the galaxy entered an unprecedented age of prosperity and exploration. Diseases that had plagued civilizations for eons were cured. The secrets of manipulating gravity and space-time itself began to unfold. Yet, with all this progress came new challenges. Some worried that they were advancing too quickly, that they might not be ready for the responsibility that came with such power. It was Arya who proposed a solution. Standing before the Galactic Conclave, now expanded to include representatives from Earth and many other formerly overlooked species, she outlined her vision. "We've been given a great gift," she said, her voice carrying across the vast chamber. "But with it comes a great responsibility. I propose we establish a new organization, one dedicated not just to scientific advancement, but to ethical and spiritual growth as well." Her proposal was met with widespread approval. The Cosmic Concordance was formed, a body devoted to ensuring that the galaxy's technological progress was matched by its wisdom and compassion. As the years passed, the impossible continued to become possible. The barriers between species blurred as understanding grew. Humanity, once dismissed as primitive, had become a driving force in the galaxy's bright future. And yet, as they reached for ever greater heights, a question lingered in the background. What other impossible challenges awaited them in the vast, unknown reaches of the universe? Whatever they might be, the united species of the galaxy stood ready to face them together. The story of humanity's rise from a dying world to a central player in galactic affairs became legend, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a species that refused to accept the impossible. It served as an inspiration for countless generations, a reminder that with determination, cooperation, and the courage to dream, anything was possible. As Arya gazed out at the star-filled vista from Unity Station, she smiled. The impossible journey was far from over. In fact, it had only just begun. Triumph and reflection. The discovery of the precursor database and the formation of the Cosmic Concordance marked the beginning of a new epoch for both humanity and the galactic community. As years turned into decades, the impossible continued to become possible, and the boundaries of knowledge expanded at an unprecedented rate. On the 50th anniversary of the Prometheus mission, Unity Station hosted a grand celebration. The massive space habitat, now 10 times its original size, had become a shining beacon of interspecies cooperation and scientific advancement. Captain Arya Chen, now Admiral Chen, and head of the Cosmic Concordance's Exploration Division, stood at the podium. Her hair had grayed, but her eyes still burned with the same intensity that had driven her to save Earth half a century ago. 50 years ago, she began, her voice carrying to every corner of the vast auditorium. We faced extinction. Today, we stand at the forefront of a galactic renaissance. We've cured diseases, terraformed dead worlds, and unlocked secrets of the universe our ancestors could scarcely have imagined. The audience, a colorful mix of humans and various alien species, listened in rapt attention. Among them sat Dr. Elena Rodriguez and Dr. Yuki Tanaka, their contributions to science having earned them legendary status across the galaxy. But our greatest achievement, Area continued, isn't measured in technological advancements or scientific breakthroughs. It's the bonds we've forged, the understanding we've cultivated between species that once viewed each other with suspicion and fear. As if to underscore her point, a holographic display activated behind her, showing images from across the galaxy. Humans working alongside Orcs or crystalline beings to construct vast solar arrays. Norcan scientists collaborating with Earth biologists to restore ecosystems on far-flung worlds. Children of a dozen species playing together in the parks of Unity Station. We've learned that diversity isn't just beautiful, it's essential, Area said, her voice filled with emotion. Each species brings unique perspectives, unique solutions to the challenges we face. Together, we're stronger than we ever could have been alone. As the ceremony concluded, Area found herself approached by a familiar face, Ambassador Krell. The once hostile Norcan diplomat had become one of the strongest advocates for human-alien cooperation. Admiral Chen, Krell said, his reptilian features softening into what Area had learned was a smile. If someone had told me 50 years ago that I'd be standing here, celebrating humanity's achievements, I would have thought them mad. Area chuckled. We've all come a long way, Ambassador. Your people's expertise in gravitational engineering has been invaluable in our latest projects. Krell nodded, his eyes growing serious. Indeed, and yet, I can't help but wonder, what challenges await us next? We've achieved so much, but the universe is vast and full of mysteries. As if in answer to Krell's question, alarms suddenly blared throughout Unity Station. Area's communicator buzzed urgently. Admiral. A voice crackled. We're detecting massive energy fluctuations from the galactic core. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Area and Krell exchanged glances. Even after 50 years of unprecedented progress, the universe still had surprises in store. Looks like we're about to face our next impossible challenge, Area said, a hint of excitement in her voice. Care to join us, Ambassador? Krell's scales rippled with anticipation. I wouldn't miss it for all the worlds in the galaxy. As they hurried to the command center, Area felt a familiar thrill coursing through her. This was why humanity had reached for the stars, not just to survive, but to explore, to discover, to push the boundaries of what was possible. The view screen in the command center showed a swirling vortex of energy at the galactic core, pulsing with colors that defied description. Scientists of a dozen species worked feverishly at their stations, trying to make sense of the readings. Dr. Rodriguez looked up from her console, her eyes wide with wonder. Admiral, these energy patterns, they're similar to the precursor technology, but on a scale we've never encountered. It's as if the entire galactic core is a machine coming to life. Area took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. 50 years ago, humanity had faced extinction. Now, they stood at the threshold of a discovery that could reshape their understanding of the universe itself. Send word to every world, every outpost, she ordered. We're assembling the largest joint scientific expedition in history. Whatever's happening at the galactic core, we'll face it together. As the call went out and ships from across the galaxy began to converge on Unity Station, Area couldn't help but smile. The impossible had become their specialty, a challenge to be met with determination, ingenuity, and the combined strength of a united galaxy. Whatever lay ahead, be it wonder or danger, discovery or hardship, humanity and its alien allies would face it as one. The spirit that had driven them to save a dying world now propelled them towards new frontiers, new impossibilities to overcome. As the expedition prepared to depart, Area gazed out at the star-filled expanse. The journey that had begun with the Prometheus mission had led them here, to the brink of cosmic revelations beyond imagination. And yet she knew this was still just the beginning. The impossible dream had become reality, but the greatest adventures still lay ahead. Humanity, once alone and desperate, now stood tall among the stars, ready to help write the next chapter in the grand story of the universe. As Unity Station hummed with activity and ships from 100 worlds assembled for the journey to the galactic core, one thing was certain: the age of impossibility was over. The age of infinite possibility had just begun.